Welcome into a special edition of the Sunday Social Podcast. It's sort of special. It's getting into fantasy football playoffs, man. So it's special to me. Here with me, as always, is my two good buddies, Dylan Clemons and Joe Bond. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Good morning.
Oh, you called me your buddy, man. I feel special. Thank you.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm good,
special.
man. I'm just trying to have fun.
It has been just a brutal week of
Who's
injuries.
ready to guess on Jamar Jefferson and Igubuake or whatever the hell his name is, and the Jets backfield and yeah, this is gonna be a fun week, guys.
Yep.
We'll run through some quick injuries. David Njoku was ruled out with COVID-19. Tony Pollard was questionable leading up this week, but he has been ruled out. Tyrod Taylor is not starting today, so it's Davis Mills, guys. Brandon Cooks is questionable, but he is going to make it a go. Nico Collins might see more targets with him banged up. We got Jalen Richard on the COVID-19 list. Darren Waller is out with the knee again. Mark Ingram out with the COVID. Same with Ty Montgomery. Tevin Coleman out with a concussion. Elijah Moore, surprise IR candidate with the quad just placed on it. Yeah, that one hurts me.
Helps my dynasty team that I'm trying to lose. So I lost Elijah Moore. My opponent gains Debo today. And I was like, yeah, bonus.
I won this one today. Adrian Peterson's out with the back. Travis Homer is also out. Alex Collins and Rashard Penny. You get to choose between those two as well. Yay. Julio Jones is going to play today, I believe. He was activated off the IR.
He would, yeah.
J.D. McKissick will not play today with the concussion. Curtis Samuel is questionable with the groin. Those are defensive injuries that don't matter as much. Then we got Joe Mixon, who had the illness all week. He is going to make the attempt to play this week. And same with T. Higgins with the ankle. Melvin Gordon, did you guys hear anything on him? Because I think he's expected to play with his hip.
That's the last I've heard, too.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And then Deandre Swift has been ruled out with the shoulder again. I heard he is also a possible IR candidate, which is, goddamn, man, I can't get a healthy running back.
They should have just did it already.
TJ Hawkinson, doubtful with the hand. Oh, man, I didn't even see that one until just now. I'm going to have to take him out of my Scott Fish.
Yeah.
That sucks. Keenan Allen has been ruled out with COVID. Mike Williams, who was on the COVID list too, tested negative, so he is going to play today. Daniel Jones out with the neck. Another start for Glennon. Kadarius Toney, he has been ruled out with the oblique. But Sterling Shepard and Kenny Galladay, they both are questionable, but are expected to play. Now, for how many quarters, that is undetermined. Elijah Mitchell has been ruled out with concussion. And just like Joe said a little bit earlier, Deebo Samuel is going to play with that groin injury. Andy Dalton has been ruled doubtful, so Justin Fields looks like he's going to be the starting quarterback again.
He was announced the starter anyway earlier in the week, so it didn't matter.
And then this one, it's a minor one, but Randall Cobb's going to be going to the IR, surgery on his core muscle. So we get to choose another wide receiver in Green Bay to throw in the lineup, guys. But that wraps up all of our injuries. If you guys want to move on,
Start off with a live one, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we can start off with our live one here from our buddy Tyler. How's it going, man? Big Dak guy today. Play CD or Cooper?
CD Lamb.
Yes.
Yeah, I go for the ceiling with CD. I like Cooper as a cheap play because I know you're asking this more about DFS. But yeah, CD is the ceiling play on that one, big time.
Easily, yeah.
We can go into our premeditated questions. Dylan, do you want me to start us off?
Yeah, go ahead, pal.
All right, guys. We're going to start off with a pick 2 question here from Eddie Hernandez. Jarvis Landry, Hollywood Brown, Marquez Valdez-Scantling with the Randall Cobb news, or DeAndre Hopkins?
I'm going to go Hopkins and it's like the second name you said.
Hollywood.
Hollywood, yeah. It's Hollywood D-Hop for me.
That's where I'm going as well.
Yeah, it's hard to lock in Hollywood as fast as we did earlier in the season, the way he's been playing, but you got to play him over Landry and MVS.
Agreed.
Next question here from Gregory. He wants to know MVS or Darnell Mooney.
I'll still go Mooney. It's not as you don't feel as good doing it.
No, you don't. Man, MVS could see
but
that.
Mooney, should see the very large bulk of that workload.
He should. Allen Robinson is going to play today. Is he going to do anything? Probably not.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my argument with MVS. Like, he's going to play today, but is he going to do anything? Probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would lead Mooney as well.
Yep, I'm with you guys.
One here from Robert, first running back question. Devontae Freeman or Jeff Wilson Jr., full point PPR? I like this question. I got Jeff Wilson in a couple lineups today.
Full PPR.
I'm gonna go Wilson.
It's a tougher call than you think because JaMychal Hasty is kind of the PPR guy for the Niners. It's not Jeff Wilson.
Leaning Freeman, man. Like, he has seen so much of that workload, and I mean, come on, we saw what happened with Wilson. Just a few weeks ago when Mitchell was out.
It's so tantalizing getting a back.
It is.
Running
it totally
back
is.
Backfield though.
But we've seen in the last few weeks, right, with Freeman, 13 carries, 10, 16, 16, 14, and he's seeing receptions, 2, 3, 6, 1, 5. He's getting all of the work. And you tell me, like, what's the other backfield you want a part of when it comes to fantasy? The Ravens. So, yeah, I'll take the guy that we know is getting the workload and has been producing for the last few weeks over a guy who we're not 100% sure he's getting all of it. We think we will. He's not going to get all of it, but, going to get the bulk of it. And he didn't perform when given the chance a few weeks ago. So,
sure. Yeah.
I'm going with Freeman.
I'm just a little worried with Cleveland's run defense and slowing down Freeman a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's a lot closer. But I'm going to stick with my gut. And this week, I like Jeff Wilson a little bit more than Devontae Freeman. I love Devontae Freeman the rest of the season because it seemed like Latavius Murray was going to be the guy in this backfield. But no, they trust Freeman.
Freeman just looks better.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a little bit of juice.
Latavius could be lingering from that ankle injury still, man. And if that's the case, Devontae Freeman is a great – we talked about it on the podcast, Joe. He's one of those unsuspecting league winners.
Absolutely.
All right, so we do have a live one here. If I can get to it. Here we go from Meach Gerald. He wants to know OBJ or Jarvis Landry this week, half-point PPR. Rams play Cardinals.
I think OBJ's got the touchdown ceiling. I think Landry's got the catch floor.
Especially with the Ravens being down so many cornerbacks. Losing Marlon Humphrey.
I've got Odell ranked ahead of him, but it's kind of what you need. Like, they're close enough to where, like, if you want to go for the ceiling with a touchdown for Odell, I mean, he's still just not getting enough work. Mm-hmm. And what he is, like, he's not turning it in. And I mean, like, Arizona's defense is pretty solid. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, if you need the safer floor, go Landry. If you want to go ceiling, go OBJ.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, Joe, for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's one of those decisions where who did you play this week, and do they have anybody playing on Thursday? Did they have Najee Harris? Did they have Dalvin Cook?
Yeah.
Are you chasing points? If you need to chase some points, you should probably lean the ceiling with OBJ. But if if you were one of those players that had a good Thursday night, go the floor. You can't go wrong with the floor, especially with Njoku out. And the Ravens cornerbacks being so banged up.
Yep.
Did you want to maybe do the premeditated questions now, Dylan, or you want me to just keep going?
I can go ahead and do it.
All right, we're on Matt's question.
From Matt McDaniel, full PPR, Zach Ertz versus the Rams or Noah Fant against Detroit? I'm still going with Ertz. I'm pretty much done with Fant. He's non-existent in this offense, I feel like, since Judy's come back.
I feel like this offense has been non-existent for the playmakers other than the running backs.
Yeah.
Because I was reading something. Teddy Bridgewater, man, I mean, obviously I've seen it too. He's just dumping the ball off. That's all he's doing. it's not what he was doing in Carolina last year, where he was getting DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson.
Robbie, and when Robbie
Yeah.
Anderson was relevant.
I will say, look, I'm leaning Ertz as well. I do worry, though, that, what we saw last week. Now, granted, that was a sloppy game. They tried not to pass a lot, so maybe it'll be different this week. But, you worry now that, the team's healthier and, Ertz saw 2 targets. Granted, they only passed the ball 15 times, so maybe that'll change. So, yeah, I'm still on Ertz, though.
Yeah, I lean Ertz just because they traded for him midseason. They were down a tight end with injury with Max Williams, I believe it was. So they needed Zach Ertz. They wanted him, and they made it emphasizing putting him in the lineup and giving him a ton of targets right when he first got there. So they want to use him, and I agree, Joe. It's a little bit more of a game script last week with not just being able to throw.
Next question we got here, Christopher Longoria. Kareem Hunt, Devonta Freeman, Darnell Mooney, or Michael Gallup in the flex. Those are pretty good options.
Not specified, so probably half-point PPR here. We're going to go.
Definitely out on Mooney out of those 4. I do like me some Gallup.
Man, it's between Hunt and Freeman, and I think I lean Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman's my pick.
Yeah, I think I lean with you guys there. From Enrique, Dawson Knox or Gronk?
Screw it. You've been playing Gronk this much so far. Play him again.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Gronk too.
It's hard not to play. I love the matchup for Knox because I think the Bills are going to do nothing but pass. But you can't. It's so hard to sit Knox even in a bad matchup.
It really is.
Sorry.
Next one from Dylan Carlson, bench 1, full point PPR. Mike Evans versus the Bills. Mike Williams versus the Giants. Sony Michel versus the Cardinals. James Robinson versus the Titans.
Oh, that one's a long one there.
J-Rob?
I think we're sitting James Robinson.
He's probably going to fumble in the first, first quarter and a half. So, he'll get benched. And then, it's him.
Did you guys?
Henderson's out. So
did you guys see that Urban Meyer story that came out about him calling out all his assistant coaches?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that was wild, man.
Not the kind of news you want to be making as a new head coach.
No. Next question: Alvin Kamara or Cordero Patterson?
Ooh, I think I lean Alvin in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Alvin Kamara.
Everybody's injured.
How do you put Cordero on the bench, though? That's so tough.
This is the only week I.
That is ridiculous. He's got somebody responded. They're like, "How do you sit one of these guys?" He's like, "I've got Eckler and Harris too." Like, oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, you're playing Kamara.
Yeah. Play Kamara. You got
that's rough.
Everybody out. Ingram, Ty Montgomery, Deontay Harris was suspended. Like it's
all
gonna
those
run
guys
through
are
Kamara.
Top 10 backs for me this week.
You're gonna have a good week, man.
This
one's a good one. This next question.
Yep. Next one from Ethan: Kelsey or Gronk?
That one's a tough one, man.
It's still
It's Kelsey.
Yeah,
I get it.
It is, but it's super tough not to want to lean Gronk in this one. But yes, you got to lean Kelsey with the volume. It's just, man.
Gronk could have one of those 4 target for 30 yards and no touchdowns, and then you're just going, crap.
And then he can totally hit the other side of the variance.
Of course,
4 catches for 3 touchdowns. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it is, but Kelsey for sure. Fernando Gonzalez, Godwin, Landry, or Hollywood?
Godwin, Landry, or Hollywood. I think I lean Godwin.
Yeah, it's Godwin. Lamar being as bad as he's been, and you definitely see Hollywood struggling a little bit because of it. Next one from Eric Larson: Patterson versus Carolina or McLaurin versus Dallas? It's Cordero.
I'm going Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
I love McLaurin too, man.
I do too.
Yeah, that's still another one of those, like, how are these the decisions?
And
Man,
and McLaurin's been up and down so much this season.
I like how
Yeah.
the guy spelled it, McLaren. He is a McLaren, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a tough one because Dallas is a nice matchup. They allow a lot of yards. But I lean Cordero. God.
Yep.
Next one from Chris McKee: Van Jefferson or Michael Gallup?
Van.
We want to get in the van and take the trip down to the river. I'm down for a trip down to the river.
I think I think it's Van as well.
Van Jefferson. Yeah, they've emphasized getting him more involved since Robert Woods has been out. That's why I'm so skeptical of ODB. Is a Van.
Well, yeah. He's been seeing tons of targets.
Oh yeah, Matthew Stafford likes him.
From Dasheem Norris, start one: Chuba Hubbard, Jeff Wilson, or Mooney. I'm going Wilson. Amir Abdullah scares me away from Hubbard. So,
Yeah, I don't want Hubbard.
Amir Abdullah doesn't scare me too much. But Jeff Wilson has done it before, at least in the past. Hubbard's only done it maybe twice.
Yeah, that's why I'm leaning on Wilson. Just the red zone work that he saw, not this season, but last season, man. I feel like Shanahan's gonna want to lean on.
Yeah, I'll go
Wilson.
Wilson. It's close between him and Mooney for me.
Oh.
That's fair. Next one from Jarvis Glover Jr. MVS from Green Bay or St. Brown from Detroit. I got all receivers on bye or injured.
Ouch.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah. I think you don't want to hear this, but I think I lean MVS. I know Amon-Ra had a great game last week against the Vikings, but they're against the Broncos. Their defense is just a tad bit better.
Yeah, slightly. Just a little bit.
Just a tad bit. Yeah,
you're right.
So.
That's your play.
Yep.
From Scott Clyde, Taysom Hill or Stafford?
Ooh. Man, it's hard. It's hard not to play Taysom Hill when you throw 4 interceptions and still get a 20-point fantasy week.
Yeah, he's kind of got that busted up finger though. That worries me a touch.
I'm still going Hill, man.
Yeah, I
Jets.
think I lean Hill.
Maybe they think he's healthy enough to play. I think
They got the Jets.
I actually
Jets
have
can't
both.
stop
they may
running
not
back.
need that. They may not need to pass the ball.
I actually have both these guys in our league, Michael Plant, our home league, and I'm going with Stafford. So I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing in the league. So
They're back to back
I'm
for
gonna
me,
go
man, in
Stafford.
the rankings. So
I
it
get
is
why
a
you're
tough
doing
call.
it though, Dylan, because you got the stack with Cooper Kupp. So
Yeah, for sure. And then his second part of this question is it J Rob or Sony Michelle?
Michelle.
And I think it's Michelle pretty easily.
Michelle,
Robinson's shown you nothing these last few weeks.
we do have a
Urban
live
Meyer
one
doing
here. I
weird
think
things.
it's from our buddy Sean. Start 2 of them. Gibson, Sony, or Chuba.
Definitely Gibson and Sony for me.
Yeah, this is definitely Sean. Gibson and Sony.
Yeah.
Next one from Michael Johnson, PPR, RB2 and a flex. Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Foreman, Dawson Knox, or
As a second
OBJ.
tight end, because he has Kelsey as his first tight end.
Who was the last one?
OBJ.
Take the first 2.
Hubbard and Foreman. Yeah, oh, man. Yeah, Hubbard and Foreman. I can see why you can see Knox in this matchup, though. It's hard playing 2 tight ends.
I don't like Hubbard this week, guys, so I think I'm actually going to go Odell and chase a little bit of big play and touchdown upside at that.
I know you don't like Hubbard because of Amir Abdullah, but man, they got a good matchup against the Falcons.
They do. They definitely do. Next one from BJ Salazar, Jameson Crowder or Kareem Hunt?
You sure this isn't Bogart, Jesse?
It might be, man. Man. That one's Hunt. That one's Hunt for me.
Yeah, Hunt.
I mean, Crowder is tantalizing a little bit, especially with Elijah Moore being out now.
You got Corey Davis. He is playing this week, though, I'm pretty sure.
But I can't trust Wilson. I'd rather go and get my 8 to 12 points with Kareem Hunt.
Oh, no, I got to go check Corey Davis because I don't feel confident.
He's out.
Is he out? I thought so. As soon as I said something. It's usually how it works. You say something, you're wrong.
Isn't he? He's on the IR.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Joe.
Is he?
I was like, he's been gone.
Yep, touche. He was placed on it. Yep.
Where are you leaning, Joe? Crowder or Hunt?
I'll lean Hunt.
I lean Braxton Berrios. No, Kareem Hunt.
Now that you said that, man, Berrios catching a touchdown today. From Christopher, PPR, George Kittle or Dawson Knox?
Kittle.
It's Kittle.
If it's PPR, you play Kittle.
From Greg Heinbaugh, Deonta Foreman or Sterling Shepard at the flex PPR? Was Shepard ruled out, Mike? I did not.
No, he is going to play, but like I said, the question is can they play the whole game?
It doesn't even matter. They got Glennon back there.
Yeah.
Anybody but a giant player if you can help it. Sorry.
I like Saquon this week with Glennon just dumping it off.
We keep saying that, but it's not.
Andy's banged up. I don't like Saquon.
I like him as an RB2. I don't like him as an RB1.
No doubt. I'm. If I could stay away from Saquon this week, I am.
Like Saquon or Jeff Wilson Jr.
I think Jeff Wilson Jr. I'm gonna stick with that, man. I'm sure.
I like the matchup.
I'm sure Saquon is.
I'm
sure
going.
Saquon.
I mean, I'll go
Saquon.
Saquon. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The Chargers are supposed to be the team that they're the run funnel. Everybody runs through them, and this is Saquon's time to shine.
Yep. Next one from Jose: Michael Gallup or Russell Gage?
Ooh.
Are we buying into all this Russell Gage?
I'd buy into Russell
targets?
Gage, but over Gallup, I think I lean Gallup. I like Gage though.
Oh, it's really close.
I feel like Gage is going to see Stephon Gilmore in this Panthers matchup, and that's a tough matchup for Calvin Ridley. That's going to be even tougher for Russell Gage.
Yeah, I'll lean Gallup. I do like Gage a lot, though.
I
regardless.
know. I was going to say, I think I lean Gage just because of the targets and the volume.
Yeah, I understand. It's close.
Go ahead, Mike. Take us through these next couple.
All right. Next one here from Calvin Ross. He needs RB2, a wide receiver 2, and a flex. It's PPR. We got 5 options here, boys. Darnell Mooney, Jarvis Landry, Chuba Hubbard, David Montgomery, or CEH. So I'm going to start us off here. You're playing Montgomery and CEH. One is your RB2, one is your flex.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you play Mooney over Landry.
I go Landry over Mooney, actually.
I do, too.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Mike.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Just didn't expect that. I'm a Mooney.
No, I'll take it back. Full PPR, Mooney. I'll go.
Full PPR.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I still go Mooney. I'm not.
It's a tough matchup against the Packers. They get Jair back this week. Hopefully, Allen Robinson takes him up so Mooney can get Kevin King because we all know how bad he is. At least me. Next question. Nicole Beard. Need one to flex. Ricky Seals-Jones, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Boyd, or JaMychal Hasty. I think I leave Boyd. Oh, man. It's a tough one.
Rip those off again.
Ricky Seals-Jones, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Boyd, JaMychal Hasty.
Yeah, I lean Boyd.
I think I lean Boyd, too, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we got this one's a good one. Damian Andrews, flex question. Sony Michel or Mike Evans, PPR? Mike Evans, that's got shootout written all over it in that game with the Bucks and Bills. But we seen Sony without Darryl last week, man.
Yeah.
I'm leaning Sonny Michel.
I think I do too, but I really like Mike Evans this week. Like you said, Mike, that especially with Tre'Davious White being out, I think that has sneaky shootout potential for sure. But I think
I don't even think it's sneaky. I just I think it's gonna happen, at least to an extent. I don't know if we're gonna get, the games where it's 40-40, but I think it'll be like a nice 30-30 game, which is a good all around for fantasy.
Mm-hmm. I like him too. I like Michelle better.
That's funny. But yeah, I lean Michelle as well. Next question here. Ooh, another Taysom Hill question. Taysom Hill or Russ Wilson? Taysom Hill for me.
Hill for me too.
Yep, Hill for me as well.
And then second part, Debo Samuel off that injury or Van Jefferson full point PPR.
I think you gotta trust Debo, right?
Yeah,
he's got you here to this point.
I trust he's gonna get the volume. I just don't trust he's gonna stay healthy the whole game.
Nah,
That's
I'm rolling
my only
Debo.
issue. But you can't bank off injuries. That's the only thing. He's only practiced twice in 2 weeks. That's what really scares me with Debo. But yeah, don't get too cute. Go Debo. Next one here from Martin. Hunter Renfrow, Mike Williams, or Javonte Williams in his flex?
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. Oh man, yeah, Mike Williams for the ceiling. Hunter Renfrow for the floor. And if Melvin Gordon was out, I think I'd just go Javonte Williams all day, every day.
Yeah, it would be a different story if Gordon was gone. But he's probably gonna play, so yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I lean Williams there, slightly over Renfrow.
Yep. Next one here. Dustin needs one at his flex, half-point PPR. Chuba Hubbard, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Gallup, Dalton Knox, Darnell Mooney, or Jameson Crowder.
It's a lot of names.
That is a lot of names
and I've
for
lost
one
track
position.
of the thread, unfortunately.
You're fine. We got Hubbard, Ayuk, Gallup, Knox, Mooney, and Crowder. Just one. I think I lean Chuba.
I do
Jinx, you owe
not.
me a Coke.
No, I don't. It's
Gallup or Ayuk for me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm
struggling
trying to
between the
look.
two.
It's just, did they specify
It's half.
it's half? Slightly changes things.
I think
That's why I go Hubbard.
I'd go Gallup in with touchdown upside there. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gallup.
It was Gallup or Mooney, right?
Yep,
That's
Gallup, Mooney, Ayuk.
Ayuk or Crowder.
I'll go Mooney.
Oh. Well, we didn't help him very much.
Nope, sorry, Dustin. At least we talked it out a little bit for him.
You're going to have that one. Next one here from Clinton. He wants
This is a good one.
Yep, Chuba Hubbard or James Robinson. I was thinking that too, Dylan.
I'm going to go Robinson still.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so hard not to go Hubbard, but go Robinson. Josh Wood, full point PPR needs one.
Same question, Mike.
No, this one's a little different. Last one was half point PPR because it wasn't specified. This one was specified.
True.
James Robinson or Chuba Hubbard, full point PPR.
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to go Robinson.
James Robinson.
Sorry.
Mark Duncan, backup QB for the playoffs. Tua, Taysom, Teddy, or Trevor? Taysom, man.
Taysom Hill.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then Abel wants to know, Dontrell Hilliard or Deontay Foreman? I think I would lean Hilliard. Even though this one's tough, man. Both these guys, I mean, they're coming off the bye week. They both had a good week going into the bye week. They both had big runs to give them good weeks. So this one's like it's a tie. I think I just lean Hilliard by a smidge.
I lean Hilliard there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike Williams or Sony Michel? I feel like we might have answered this one already.
Sony Michel.
Yeah, Sony. I can't remember if we did answer this one or not. Dylan, you on the Sony train too?
Yeah.
All right. Next one here from Taylor. Kareem Hunt or James Conner with Chase Edmonds coming off that IR and expected to play. I think I still lean Conner.
Yeah, me too.
It's close though.
I did as well.
It is close. Second part of their question, Debo, Samuel, Hollywood Brown, or Tyler Lockett at their wide receiver 2 position.
I think we're still rolling Debo. I mean, Brown has been trending in the wrong direction. He'd be the only other one I'd really.
Yeah, he's the only other consideration.
Actually, Lockett. I mean, Wilson's play like
yeah.
at the end, but I still go Debo. I mean, he's been a monster, man.
I'm with you, Joe. Yeah, I go Debo as well.
Yeah, he's an animal. Need one to sit for Zachary here. Half-point PPR. Javonte Williams, Antonio Gibson, Aaron Jones, or Sony Michel?
Oh, we're actually sitting Javonte, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
He goes back to being what he was before with Gordon.
A split backfield.
It's not great, guys.
A split backfield. Not
He's
fun.
good, but he's not good enough to overtake, some of those guys.
I see it being more of a 60-40 time.
The only one you could consider benching in his place is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I guess the Bears run defense is pretty good.
I kind of
split
between Jones and Williams, to be honest with you.
That
is a tough one for me.
I can't set Aaron Jones over Javonte Williams with Melvin Gordon healthy. If Melvin Gordon was out, I would definitely be sitting Aaron Jones, but with Gordon in, I can't. We do have a couple live ones here. Damian Andrews, he wants to know in his flex position, starting Sony Michel or Mike Evans in full point PPR.
We answer that. It's Michel.
Yep, it's Michel. But slightly, it's Michel. Yeah.
It's a great option either way, but Michel with Henderson out. We're seeing what he did last week. And we get our first defensive question here from Calvin. Saints defense or Chargers defense? Man.
Both phenomenal matchups.
Yeah, they are.
I lean the Chargers only because Mike Glennon loves to turn the ball over.
So does Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, he played better last week, and of course now he's down
his
to
receiver.
Best receivers.
Down running backs. All around.
I mean, there's going to be a lack of points scored for both defenses. I think the Saints allowed less points. It's possible. I don't know. You're aiming for me for defenses. I don't care about the points, right? Like they're all gonna allow points. Points don't really do. You want sacks, turnovers. Glennon's been just atrocious, dude. Like he's just throwing left and right. So that's why I lean him.
I'm just, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Joe.
I lean targeting the Chargers or targeting the Giants. I mean.
Okay, I'll lean with you. It's close for me. I was definitely considering going the Saints, but I can go with the Chargers. All it takes is Sterling Shepard and Kenny Galladay to go down, and they're even worse.
Yeah.
Go back to our premeditated questions here. Zach wants to know which one do I pick? Which one do I pick? Brandon Ayuk, DK Metcalf, McLaurin, or Amari Cooper? Which two does he pick?
Metcalf and
McLaurin. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as you mentioned, McLaurin's been kind of hit or miss, but I do like him more than anybody else he's got.
That Amari.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going
Cooper.
Metcalf.
Look, I'll be honest, and we said this on the Thursday show as well. The Washington defense has been way better since the bye.
Addition by subtraction. Losing Chase Young and they get better. I don't understand.
They were even playing better in that game. It was just he ended up getting hurt, but yeah, they've been phenomenal the last few weeks. So, maybe not for fantasy purposes, but for real NFL defense purposes, they've been playing pretty well. So I am, I do like the Dallas offense to be able to do some damage on them, but it maybe doesn't have the ceiling as it would have had, 6 weeks ago?
Yeah. The one that really concerns me is Metcalf. But I can't sit him over Amari Cooper. So, next one here we got from Ed. He's got a two-parter for us. Devontae Freeman or Jeff Wilson Jr.? I'm gonna stick with my gut. I like both of them this week, like I said earlier, because I want to say we answered this one. I like Devontae Freeman rest of the season.
Yeah, I like Freeman this week. So,
but I like Wilson just this week. I just like the matchup against the Bengals. Bengals can be ran on.
Yeah, Eileen Wilson as well.
I like Freeman. They're both great options. If you can stick one in the flex, probably Wilson, but I would do it. His second part of the question is Tom Brady or Josh Allen?
I just saw this one.
That's Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yeah.
Joshy. I think he'll be the QB1 this week.
That's where I've got him ranked.
Yeah.
Probably won't finish there, but, you know.
What? I was going to say, watch it be Taylor Heineke or something stupid like that. I mean, they play the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys allow a lot of yards. They can get the touchdowns. I can see it. Cherry Atkins, he needs some help here, guys. He needs one for his PPR lineup. James Conner, Chuba Hubbard, Amari Cooper, or looks like a Keeney Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. It's Connor.
Connor for me, too.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds worries me, but he's coming off a high ankle sprain. That's not easy to battle through. But Connor all the way. I would monitor Chase Edmonds rest of the season for Connor. And then we got Kyle here. He wants to know, are we really gonna sit Zeke in this one? Zeke or Sony Michel full point PPR?
We are.
Yep, we are.
I seen that one coming. I hate it, but yeah.
Yeah, even without Tony Pollard being there and Zeke is still banged up, could we see Corey Clement get some work now, you think?
I think so.
The JB on our show Thursday mentioned it, and I didn't even really think forward enough for that, and I ended up snatching him in a couple of leagues thanks to that.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Only the leagues where like I'm gonna be in playoffs, so the other ones I'm just kind of like whatever. Everybody else can have him. But the leagues where I'm still in contention, I went out and got him. He said he ended up getting him up and got fish before he said
that was a good idea.
And I was like, you jerk.
Totally a good idea.
There's a reason he
because watch Zeke go down this game, and then Corey Clement's like the league winner of like everybody. Because he would be a monster.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be?
That'd be one hell of a call. I'll tell you that. You know, that pretty much wraps up all of our questions. We don't have any live ones here.
No, we got a couple more.
Do we?
Yep. One from Sal. PPR needs a running back, Ty Johnson or Jamar Jefferson.
Oh man, both gonna get full workloads. I think I lean Ty.
No, not gonna get full workloads.
Yeah,
Jefferson's not gonna get the full workload. He's got.
I can't say his
name. Is
it
Iwabukwe? Something like that?
I cannot say his last name, and I'm not going to try.
But I still lean Jefferson.
I lean Ty. I
actually lean Ty as well.
But it's the Saints' defense. Their run defense is top notch, man. It's Ty Johnson on volume alone because, like you said,
pass catching ability.
I can't say his name. I even tried and I failed. But he's going to take some of that workload away from Jamar Jefferson.
Austin Walter.
Yeah, I forgot about Walter.
Walter, anyone? And then the last one there from Sal: San Francisco defense or Cincinnati defense? Or sorry, San Francisco defense. Or Cleveland's defense.
I think I lean San Fran. With Joe Burrow's injury, there's a chance he can have some errant throws.
Yeah.
I think I lean there with you, Mike.
And Cincy's O-line just loves watching Joe Burrow get taken down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you guys want to hear something disgusting? So my now that we got some time, we can do BS for a couple minutes and then we can bounce out a little early. That'll be okay. So in ESPN league, my home league, just family, it's for fun, no big deal. So Started out 3 weeks ago. I've had CMC go down. I've had Darrell Henderson go down this week. Michael Carter go down a couple weeks ago. And I've also got Stevenson on bye. Tevin Coleman went out too. I'm literally down to I just went into the waiver wire and thankfully found Jamar Jefferson.
I was gonna say we're starting Kyle Juszczyk, huh?
So you made the crack about Rashad Penny? Yep.
Nice.
No, not nice. Thankfully, I started all three of Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, and KJ Osborne on Thursday night to give me a nice little lead.
Yeah.
So I am praying that one of them just does anything. It is. I'm probably in the playoffs regardless, but I could use not to lose and be the 6th seed because that's what would probably happen.
Oh yeah, I'd have to play Yeah, that would not be good.
All
right, I got a quick one for you. Austin Hooper or Noah Fant?
I actually lean Hooper with both Cleveland tight ends. Both other Cleveland tight ends being out.
I'm definitely using Hooper in DFS. I do like him more actuly.
Baltimore gets beat
up. That was my own
the
personal stuff.
As well.
Total garbage, man.
So true.
Here, I got another one too. Foster Moreau or Cole Kmet?
Cole, man. I know Foster was really bad, but I think I still lean him.
Gets a nice matchup this week to kind of bounce back.
Yeah. Packers have been kind of stingy to tight ends a little bit. They're they're the upper half. Their defense is good this year, and that's a Packer fan saying it too because normally I say they suck.
Yeah, I'm leaning Foster as well with you guys.
Yeah, I think you've got to. I'm about to DM the fool in my dynasty league who's not setting his lineup and putting Debo back in. Be like, yo, you're putting Debo back in, right? Instead of Mecole Hardman, you jerk. Lose. We're tied in the standings. We're tied in the standings. So if I beat him, we swap. I'm like, man. No.
Yeah, make sure he ain't tanking. All right, I got one more here for me because I've been just railed with injuries this year in one of my home leagues, guys. Elijah Moore went out, so I went to the waiver wire and somehow managed to snag Emmanuel Sanders. I'm playing him in my flex. Jerry Jeudy, Emmanuel Sanders, or Tyler Boyd?
Jerry Jeudy, Emmanuel Sanders.
Full point PPR.
Boyd. I think I still lean Jeudy there, man.
God, I don't want to, but
I know I don't want to either. That's why I went with Sanders with Tampa Bay.
I don't want Sanders. I mean, God, if you're gonna go with one of those Denver guys, you got to go with Jeudy, right?
Yeah.
Boyd's so hit or miss. He's easily the third target on that.
Same with Sanders at this point.
I think you still got to roll with Jeudy and just pray, man. It's Detroit. Finally gets a nice matchup. And he didn't do horrible last week. I mean, 4 for 77. You'll take that.
He's just not getting the targets like he's seen in the beginning of the year. Like the beginning of the year, he was commanding targets. Now
that first game, first half, 7 targets was ridiculous. But I mean, look, since he returned from injury, 8 targets, 9 targets. He's mixed in a 4 and a 3, and then last week was 6. So look, it's not as bad as it seems. It's just not turning into anything. He's not scoring
and the lack of scoring, right? That's the big thing. Not scoring touchdowns.
Well, I mean, do we think Boyd's going to score? Do we think Sutton's going to score? No, Judy's the better player.
I think Emmanuel Sanders is going to score. That's why I kind of went with that one.
Well, rolling with that, Mike, let me ask you guys this one. Would you start
before you do, let's just answer our fans' question first.
Yeah,
just because.
Oh yeah, we got another one.
Yeah, Brandon. Hey man, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to hear from you again.
Yeah, what's up, Brandon?
Dontrell Hilliard or AJ Dillon?
Ooh, both backfields are split. That's for sure.
I think I like the talent of Dillon more.
I think I lean AJ Dillon too.
Yeah.
Like Joe, if you're an Aaron Jones owner, are you worried about it being a split for the rest of the season? 50.
I am. I've actually moved Jones down into RB2 territory, especially this week.
Oh, so
And I know we had a question about Williams and Jones, and the first two were like easy. It was like pick 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
I even with Melvin Gordon back, I could. That's why I was like, at first I was like, oh no, you're sitting Williams, and then I went, well, actually, I don't know, I might sit Jones because, I mean, Williams has been out producing Jones the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Even last week, you can sort of ignore it. That was different, but
Williams was RB1 last week.
I could easily do that. It's tough. I get it. You like the touchdown upside with Jones. You like the better offense. The matchup says Williams. The production lately has said Williams, so I could do that. But I am worried about Jones. He's just not getting the workload that he saw last year, and Dylan's been proving that they can just mix him in a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my last question is: do you start Emmanuel Sanders over Cortland Sutton or Brandon Cooks this week?
I think Brandon Cooks is the one I'm considering to start over Sanders.
Cooks
I
has
liked
so much volume with Davis.
Yeah, that's why I like him.
Wait, sorry, who were the options?
Cooks
Emmanuel Sanders over Cortland Sutton or Brandon Cooks. And trust me, I hate having to start Cortland Sutton too. I'm just without Devonta Smith's on bye. Michael Carter's on IR.
I think I'm using Cooks.
Yeah, he's a safer play. I like Emmanuel this week. That's why I went and picked him up. I think he could have one of these 4 receptions for 2 touchdown type of games. We got another one real quick here live. James wants to know thoughts on Green Bay defense rest of the season.
I have to look at their schedule. I don't memorize schedules, guys. Give me a sec.
I'm going to tell you right off the top of my top of the head, without even looking on the schedule. I like them. Just the fact they're getting healthier.
Jair Alexander's coming back here.
Yeah,
pretty
so
soon.
they get the Bears today. They get the Ravens next week. We don't really like that. They get the Browns. You're okay with that. Then they get the Vikings. I mean, they allowed a lot of points to the Vikings a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they did.
Not
they didn't have
great
Jair
there.
to lock up Jefferson, though. And you could have Adam Thielen out.
I think it's hard to shut down Jefferson regardless of who you have, man.
I want to.
I don't love them going forward for fantasy. I mean, what is their rank for like fantasy-ish? Like, I don't know. It's hard to say because everybody's defense is scoring. I don't pay super close attention to fantasy. I just look at matchups and think, okay, who's going to get sacks and turnovers and things like that. But Packers are looking like they are in
my ESPN league, I got them at 8th.
Yeah, all right.
Oh man, I got him as defense too this week.
Oh no!
I know
you're
like going rest of the year,
rest of the season. Yeah,
I know. I was trying to find.
I mean, they've had a couple big weeks. I mean, they're okay. I mean.
I think at that point, James, I think you're just streaming, and I think you're looking at the best matchups each week.
There's way better matchups, throughout the rest of the season too.
He gave us some other options here because he said Week 17 worries them. Playoffs are a lock. Defenses available are Philly, Cleveland, Giants, and Carolina.
That's
I think you stream at that point because Philly's been good at times, pending the matchup.
You got to play the matchup.
You're not using the Giants.
No, you don't use the Giants. No.
Carolina kind of intrigues me a little bit.
They've been okay too, but
they were.
I think the reason I
like
Green Bay, the reason I like Green Bay is they're turning the ball over. That's what they do. At least under the Matt LaFleur era. They turn the ball over.
And they've got something they're playing to play for. Like
that number one
playing
seed.
For that number 1 seed, which is huge this year. It's the only team to get it by. I mean, I think they're a viable play. They're going to be, probably near the top of the rankings, at least in that top 10 range every week. If those are the only 4 defenses available, I think they're probably, again, I don't memorize schedules here, so I'd have to look at Philly to see who they're playing. They've probably got a matchup or 2 here and there that they could look pretty good. They get Washington, they get the Giants in Week 16, then they get Washington again. I mean, maybe.
yeah, Heineke's known to turn the ball over. as well. Throw some picks, have some errant throws. So.
I think I lean. Yeah, it's a streaming one. I lean Carolina if you want to go.
Multiple guys holding 3 defenses. Yikes.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
That's
wow.
It sounds like they're teaming up on you, man.
Ooh.
Let them.
I mean, I can understand it. I understand it. If you're
heading into the playoffs, fine. Like,
yeah.
you know, if you've really just got like a bunch of studs on your roster and all you need is like a defense,
you don't
and you're,
need depth as much.
You're playing.
You want starting players.
Yeah.
So I can absolutely see that. Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps it up. You got any more questions here, Dylan?
No, I'm good. I think.
Oh, this is
good.
The earliest.
Close it out a little early. That's it's to be expected as the end of the season comes. Less teams in it, so
that's true.
That makes sense.
I expected more DFS questions, to be honest with you.
That's all right. We're not touted as a DFS show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally. We can work that in.
I'll play mine. I'll play my lineups. That's about the best I can do. So.
But as always, guys, we really do appreciate all the questions that you do have for us. We do have one. James said, "So next question, if we have time, we do have time.
We got time,
we are
James.
Getting out here a little earlier, so yeah, we got the time. What do you got for us?"
So while we're waiting for that, what's your all's like? We've had some crazy upsets every week. What's your all's crazy upset pick for the week?
Oh, I like this question.
Let me pull up the matchups real quick.
It's not going to be the Lions 2 weeks in a row. I'll tell you.
Now it's going to happen.
Speak and you shall. I honestly think the crazy upset this week could be the Jags over the Titans.
That was the thing that popped into my mind as well.
Jags over.
I was gonna say the Giants over the Chargers, maybe, but with Mike Glennon, that kind of I don't think so, because the Chargers do some weird stuff, man.
They do. They like to just kind of take the week off.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of like. There's a lot of like good games. I mean, like Rams and Cardinals is a good game, but like if the Rams won, even though
you're not shocked.
It's not like surprised. So yeah, Jags and Titans is probably one where you're like, okay. I mean, did the Browns beat the Ravens? Is that a shock?
After the last time, I don't know.
No, I don't think so anymore with the Ravens being so banged up. It's just not the year for the Ravens, man. I mean, I know they're 8-4 still, but when you're losing guys left and right like that, it's
and just the way they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about this Raiders-Chiefs game? I know you guys do your big thing Friday night where you go through each game. Like, this is a game where I feel like you feel like it could be a huge shootout, like high points, but the Chiefs just haven't been doing it. And the Raiders are like way up here one week and way down here the next.
I'm leaning towards more of it being a blowout without Waller there.
Yeah, and the Chiefs kicked the crap out of them the last time they played. Scored 41 points. That was Mahomes' best game in a long time.
We're in week 14. Mahomes wants to get in rhythm for the playoffs. He's gonna torch the Raiders, in my opinion. I just don't know if Derek Carr will be able to keep up without Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so our question here. So, droppable bench is Gage, Edmonds, King Henry, Taysom, Brandon Cooks, iffy there, and he could snag one of those defense he mentioned to be safe. Man, that's hard to.
I'm honestly not comfortable dropping any of those guys, in all honesty.
If it's a keeper league, it's
obviously you're only holding on to Henry if it's a keeper / dynasty type league here. Otherwise, Henry's gone. He's not going to be back for the regular season. So
even the reports say
that's easy. Yeah, they're saying like best case scenario he comes back for the playoffs.
Yeah,
best case.
I think it's
Henry. If it's
Henry,
not,
and if it's a keeper league, Edmonds.
Yeah, if it's not a keeper league, go Edmonds.
I mean, unless Taysom's like your third quarterback.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can't drop Gage or Brandon Cooks.
Actually, got a couple more fire.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
All right.
Abel has a question here. Dontrell Hilliard or Deontay Foreman? We already answered this one a little bit earlier, man. No problem, though. We'll let you know again. I think we all swept it on Dontrell Hilliard.
I think we like him a little more than Foreman.
It is close, though. Jose Vega wants to know Ezekiel Elliott or James Robinson.
I think there I lean Zeke.
I think I lean James.
I'm going Zeke.
You've got to be kidding me, Michael Plant.
What?
Chicago Bulls star Zach LaVine has entered into COVID protocol.
It was only a matter of time. He was the only one who hasn't had it yet.
Joe, and he had it last year, but Joe, that's the 8th Bulls player to be on COVID protocols. So at what point does the NBA postpone games, man? Like
they're gonna have to.
Like a player or two every day on the Bulls keeps coming out, and they have COVID. And every team that they play, man, it's spreading throughout the thing. It's crazy to me.
I mean, it's like what you said. They wanted to ramp up testing in every professional sport since, Thanksgiving. This is what happens.
Yeah, agreed.
James did reply about that.
Yep.
And he said it's not a keeper league. So yeah, I think you drop in Henry, man. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah,
I think you have to drop Henry too. That one hurts, especially since you held on to him for this long. But
it does.
I think you drop Henry as well. Yeah.
Unless you're stuck with me in a league with no IRs and it's a keeper, and it's just rotting away on your bench. But yeah, no, we didn't get out of here early, but we did manage to answer some last minute questions here for the fans, which that's just as good enough for me. One quick one. Well, this is a bonus question: Rodgers or Mahomes?
I'm going Rodgers.
Rodgers owns the Bears, man. But I like Mahomes this week.
I'm gonna go Rodgers, I think, as well.
I go Mahomes.
Mahomes has been awful outside of the one game he played the Raiders.
That's what I'm banking on right there.
Like, what do we say? He's been like QB 17 since week 7 or 6 or something like that. Like, he's been really bad, man.
7, what's it, 14?
There's just something wrong with that offense right now.
There really is.
They can't do it.
Yeah, there is something wrong with it, but I expect him to get right. Where is he, man? Where is he? I can't even find him. There he is. He's 19. QB 19. Ugh. Last 6 weeks. Oof. All right.
Well, that's probably counting the That's probably counting the Thursday game. So, Roethlisberger probably jumped him. But, yeah, when I looked on 18, Thursday night before, he was like 17 or 18 for the last, few weeks. It's been really bad.
You're right. Ben did jump.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But again, that includes a 40-point game against the Raiders. Other than that, if you give that a normal week, 25, he's probably in the 20s.
How crazy is that to think, man? That's
I just can't do it with Mahomes until he starts to prove that he can do this consistently. Rodgers has proved he can do it consistently, especially against the Bears.
And he's proved he can do it without the receivers. So.
Yeah.
All right. You convinced me. I'm going Rodgers, and that's hard to do because I'm a Packer fan. All right, but that wraps up our show for today, guys. I know all of us, we got to go make our adjustments to either our rankings, Joe, or our lineups. Yep. So everyone have a fantastic week. Good luck in all your matchups, except Dylan.
Yeah. Still good luck in your matchups, Michael Plant. I still wish you luck, man.
I wish Joe good luck, but not you.
Whatever.
All right,
guys.
See you guys.
We'll see you next week.